Hello guys, welcome back to yet another fragrance video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about a classic and timeless men's fragrance ever created. It's none other than Terre de Hermes. So what I have in my hand is the Eau de Toilette concentration, and this was created in 2006 by John Claude Elena. And this is considered as one of the most classiest men's fragrance ever created. And this fragrance is still loved and used by many people. There are like many fans of this fragrance. And the note breakdown of this fragrance is very simple, but yet the fragrance is very complex and very I would say this is like a niche category fragrance, because this fragrance is different from the other blue fragrances out there. So if you want to smell different from let's say Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, YSL, so that's one category of fragrances, and this Hermes is just another category, or it has its own place in the frag community. And the top notes of this fragrance, it starts with a very juicy orange combined with vetiver. So it's not like an orange juice kind of a smell that you must have smelled in other fragrances. This is like an orange blended with vetiver. So you get kind of like a dirty orange kind of a smell, and it's very addictive. And for me, this is one of the classiest fragrance, and the image I get from this fragrance is of a very well dressed and well groomed gentleman in a nice formal outfit, even with a suit. So this fragrance would work well, amazing for the office environment. So that is one of the main specialty of Terre de Hermes. It's very classy, and I won't recommend this for college going students or like for schools, because it may be a bit matured for the young guys out there. But above 30, this is the fragrance if you want to smell classy. So let's talk about the different formulations of this fragrance. So this is the original EDT concentration. There is the perfume concentration. So I have used perfume concentration in the past, but for me personally, EDT is my favorite from the lineup. The perfume version I felt was a bit more heavy, and it was more suitable for the cooler climates, mainly fall and winter. But the eau de toilette concentration is very versatile. You can use it all year round. And this does not have any blue fragrance characteristics. So that makes it suitable even for winter. Like even for cooler temperatures, you can wear Terre de Hermes. But you can't wear a Savage or a YSL for like a winter season. So that's what makes this fragrance special. This is an all year round fragrance. So guys, if you don't have any formulations of Terre de Hermes, get the original EDT version. Okay, so now let me talk about other formulations or other variations of this fragrance. So there is a fresher version of this fragrance that I think was released somewhere around 2014, or maybe after 2014, and that's the Autre Fresh. So that has a bit more fresher bergamot at the top when compared to the Eau de Toilette concentration. That's a bit more fresh at the top. So there are many people who like that version as well, but for me personally, EDT is the best. And Autre Fresh version is actually discontinued right now, and they came out with another version called what was that? Yeah, Hermes Eau Givre. And I think that fragrance has a beautiful note of citron, and I have only used a sample of that fragrance, and I found it kind of similar to the Autre Fresh, the only difference being the citron note in the top, and that has a kind of a cooling effect. But for me, both the Autre Fresh and Eau Givre, they were not like a great performing fragrances. I got only like an average performance from those fragrances, like similar to the Eau de Toilette concentration. Even this fragrance is not beast mode, but still you can get through like a whole working day. It For me, I get a solid around 7 hours performance from this fragrance with a good projection. If not beastly, it's definitely average to above average performance for Terre de Hermes. Okay, so the The eau de Givre version was created by the perfumer called Christine Nagel. And the eau de toilette concentration, the perfume concentration, and one more, the eau de fresh concentration. So all these three are created by John Claude Elena. And after that, they came with the latest eau de Givre. And now I hear they are coming out with another flanker called Eau de Parfum Intense. And that fragrance is also by Christine Nagel. And what makes that fragrance interesting is they have blended coffee and citrus. And that will be a very interesting combination because there aren't much fragrances that have used coffee and citrus together. There is one fragrance that recently came out from Dolce and Gabbana, and it is a devotion for home. We have a devotion for the women's section, but for men's they have recently come out with the devotion. I had smelled it, but I actually hated it. I didn't like it, and I felt the combination to be kind of a weird. The coffee and citrus did not go well together in case of devotion. Maybe if I had like spent some time, I would get to know, but I had only tested that fragrance once, and I was not impressed with that fragrance. So the EDP Intense, and that too from Christine Nagel. I have some hope for the fragrance because the note seems very interesting, and I also see some strange notes. Like in the base notes, there is a note called lava, um, uh, and that I haven't heard about any fragrance that has a note called lava. Maybe something it's like hot and like a spicy kind of a vibe they're going for. That's what they like, because certain fragrances they give notes such as some weird notes, and that are like to evoke like certain for example, lava is for something like hot and spicy something. So you can make that connection with the fragrance. So coming back to Terre de Hermes, I have spoken about like all the formulations and the perfumer. Now let's come to the positives. The first main positive is the uniqueness factor, because there aren't much fragrances. For example, if you think about the fragrances that are being released in the current market, every fragrance is related to some other fragrance like Paco Rabanne or Jean Paul Gaultier or Invictus. This is a kind of fragrance DNA that we are seeing in the market right now. So if you sniff any fragrance, you will think like, oh, this fragrance smells like that fragrance. And even Creed Aventus, lot of clones in the market. But when you think about Terre de Hermes, I don't see any other fragrance that I can make a comparison to Terre de Hermes, because this is such a unique fragrance. It doesn't belong to any category, and there are no other like similar smelling fragrances to Terre de Hermes. So that's what makes it the most unique fragrance in the designer game. Second positive, the price point. At discounters, believe me, you can get this for like around the 100 ml tester. You can get it for like $60 or $65. And you know the current price of fragrances coming in the current times, it's like $100 plus. Like even for YSL Elixir, they are for the 60 ml they are charging like $130 or so. So 100 ml of this bottle, you can get it for like 60, within the $70 range for a fragrance of this quality. So that is another plus point. Okay, and third, I would say will be the versatility of this fragrance. This is an all year round fragrance. You can wear it all seasons. So that's another positive. Okay, so coming to the negatives, I won't say it's a negative, but the smell of this fragrance is an acquired taste. Some people who are like in the starting stage of their fragrance journey might not even understand this fragrance, because they are used to smelling the mass pleasing DNAs like Dylan Blue, YSL. So when they smell this fragrance, they might get confused and they might not understand this fragrance very well, because this has notes of vetiver, patchouli, grapefruit, everything blended. So it's kind of a very weird note breakdown, but it smells super classy. And okay, so I don't see any negative in this fragrance. So I am just saying like this, for some people the smell may be a bit too much or a bit elderly, but for me, like I would say, like for a 40-year-old guy who have smelled lot of fragrances in their journey, this is a gem. And I have already told you about like the target audience. It's more like 30 and above, and I won't recommend it for like teenagers or like the kids out there who they can wear like ultra male or male elixir whatever, but this fragrance is for like a very classy man. And this fragrance has won the fragrance of the year award in 2007. I think it was released in 2006, and the 2007 fragrance of the year award was for Terre de Hermes. And even the Fragrantica awards for this year has Terre de Hermes in the list. And I have seen it like in many categories, and there is one category, especially the fragrance that women love on men, and there is Terre de Hermes in that list. Terre de Hermes, Bleu de Chanel, and I must say, if a lady loves Terre de Hermes, then she is definitely a classy woman. She has a taste. So yeah, because most of the teenage girls, I think they love all the sweet fragrances. But to appreciate a fragrance like Terre de Hermes, you need to have that maturity. Your nose should be like a bit more mature than the average smell. So if a lady loves Terre de Hermes, she has a great taste and she's a classy woman. That I must say. So these are the positives and negatives. And one more negative: some people say that it's reformulated, it doesn't perform it does not perform like it used to. But for me, I am getting like a solid performance, and I don't have any issue. Just overspray the fragrance and you won't be having any issue with the performance. So this is really a classy fragrance, and I would always have a bottle of Terre de Hermes in my collection. So I don't say that about every other fragrance in my collection, but Terre de Hermes, Bleu de Chanel, these are like I will always have it in my collection. That's for sure. So guys, if you haven't checked out this classic timeless masterpiece, I urge you to get this in your collection. It's definitely worth your investment, and it's an amazing fragrance. If you are going for like a like office, and if you're going for like special outings, any office meetings, it's amazing scent, guys. So get this, and I'm thoroughly impressed, and EDT is my favorite version right now, and I'm excited to try the Eau de Parfum Intense, because this fragrance DNA is that much popular, and I'm excited to see what Christian Nagel has done with the Eau de Parfum Intense version, blending the coffee and citrus, because that's the combination that we don't smell much in other fragrances other than Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, which didn't work out for me. I loved the female version of Devotion because that's like more of a citrus gourmand. So yeah, I'm looking forward to smelling the Eau de Parfum Intense, and if I ever get to smell that, I'll be posting an update about the smell and how it compares to the Eau de Toilette version. Okay guys, that's it. So a classic fragrance, get it in your collection, you won't regret it. So I'll be back with another video. Stay tuned. Have a great day.